Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hoover Lux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, salam alaikum, konnichiwa, chest. How are you all today? So I have now cleaned everything to do with the Turbopower 2 Autosense. So this is part 2, so welcome. I hope you're all having a good bank holiday. So there's two parts going out to this video today, as you probably have been aware of part 1. So what I have done is all of the inside of it, everything that I took off. That's not part of it, but I cleaned that. There we go. Is now clean and dry. So what I'm going to do next now is to obviously put the jigsaw back together. So in work today, because I did the filming of part 1 yesterday, and today in work I've been watching how I took it apart, so I may have to go back and forth to have a look just to make double sure. Definitely my help today is going to be some Sugru. I'm definitely going to need some Sugru for the bolts that broke. The pin thing, I don't know what you would call them. But, excuse me, but anyway, so it's not going to be an issue. We will get it back up and running and working fine. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move the tripod closer, literally over, like we did yesterday. And then I'm going to stop and start and fast forward things as well to make it a little bit quicker, because I want to do a demo of it as well in action. So I'm going to do that as well. So putting it back together, we will be a little bit quicker, but you'll see everything, but most of it will be in fast forward. So anyway, I waffle. Let's get you closer and let's get this Meccano set back together. So now you are over on top of me. I've got the majority, I've got all the parts here that I need. And what I'm going to be doing is I've got some Sugru, some of that moldable glue. That'll come in very handy. I have various filters that can be used in there. I've got some of this self-adhesive cushioning tape for the motor to help cushion that further. And I've got some sealer as well, because I did notice that there was a lot of dust that had gotten through inside this from the motor area and from the bag fill. So what I'm going to try and do is to prevent that in the future by seeing what I can seal up as I put it all back together. Now, I have oiled the motor and everything. That works a lot better than it did yesterday, a lot quieter. I'm just going to give this another little wipe over. I'm going to remove the suppressor, and I've got a new block for it as well. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is just give this another quick wipe over. I've got my bucket here. I've got my lovely cloths. I've got loads of lovely cloths that were given to me by a subscriber. So let's get cracking. So there we go, that is the compressor now removed from it. And I have changed the block, so there's now a new block on there, which will make it a lot easier to put it back together. So that is done now, and all the bits are clean. We've got to get the brain and the nervous system back into it. So as we ended up this end, this is where we're going to start. So we start up here and work our way down. I have got the cord here. So first of all, what I'm going to do is give the cord a wipe over. I need to cut the wires on it to put it back in there. So we'll get this bit in first. Okay, so you're now over. That's a bit better. Block is in. The pipe's kind of like, the stuff kind of like reforms back in, so it's not too hard. The only thing I can recommend is if you are taking one of these apart and you're unsure, record it. Even if you're not going to be doing a how-to video or anything, still record it so that you can look back at it when you put it back together. There's a lot of people who've watched these videos and kind of like have a go of it, just like myself. I was, you know, I'm the same thing. So having these videos are very, very helpful. So we have got that screwed in, the cable is screwed in, that's all fine. What we need to do now, this is the sensor. The light's a bit bright, hang on a second, let me tone it down. There we go. So that is the sensor on the inside, which hits up against here, that senses the dirt. How it works, I'm not exactly sure, whether it's like a mini drum pad, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this back into here. So I'm going to pop that on top. And I'm going to put this back in here, but I'm going to seal it a little bit better. So I have some sealer here that I'm going to put on there. I scribble the tube up a bit. Alright, there we go, sealer there. And put a little bit of sealant in there as well. So this just fits in like so. And that is sealed very well. I have the little seal, the little gasket here that I had it a minute ago in my hand. Oh, where did I put it? It's here. Where are you? Sealer 2. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra sealant. Push this in. I'm going to put a little bit of extra there. I want this sealed in really well. Don't want any dirt escaping like it did before. Finger. There we go. Hang on a sec, let me get a tissue. Okay, so that is now in place. This wire came in around here. So to keep it in place there, I'm going to get my screw. And I'll use a little black tack. And I'm just going to open one end and take some out. And that's going to keep that wire in place when it hardens. It takes about 24 hours for it to harden, but it'll hold it in for now. So I got the pipe on this end. So what I need to do now is secure these wires in place. Just get them in. Neatly. I'm going to take some more screw. Just mold it a bit, and I'm going to use that to keep these in place. this back down. And before I do that, actually, I'm going down to this end. And I'm going to make sure this is sitting in place, but that also leaked a lot of dirt. I'm going to make a little sausage of subaru. And then fit it in. There. There. And the sensor. Fits in there. So that's in place. Excellent. So we're going to get these into position as well. Okay, and now the other thing I noticed as well was there was a lot of dirt had leaked around here. So what I'm going to do, don't have to do this, I'm going to put a bead of sealant around here. Oh, it's all crashing down. Perfect. Oh, I know what I've done wrong. What a nutter. Right, hang on a second. I'm going all higgledy-piggledy. This has been very, very fiddly to do, but I've managed to do it. I haven't tightened it up, but I've had to take it off twice. So this connects into here with the little hose. Then this slides on top. Then you've got 2 screws in there. The screw for the bag holder. Then you can put this cover on. Right. This will be fine now. Got the Subaru in there holding the wires into place. Now I can tuck that on. And I've got the 2 screws at the top. And there we go. So that is the top part all put back together. That was fiddly. Very, very fiddly, I have to say. I had to watch the video a couple of times to go back and remember how to do it. So it's the first time I've ever done one on a Autosense, and it is slightly different because it's got more fiddly bits to it. So let's give this a wipe over because I didn't wash this. So like I said, I've put some sealant in around the cap there as well, so there won't be any dirt getting in there. That's made a big difference, I think, for letting small fine dust through. It should stop it. Right. So now we've got the top part sorted. Just going to seal my Subaru. Keep it safe. Now we're going to move on to this, which is the motor. So, that's the motor cover on. That was the top. First thing I have to do is to connect the brown wire to it. And then drop the motor in. There's 2 ridges for the motor to fit in. If you can see there, this is the seal that fits in around there. And the motor fits into there. Red on that side, blue and black on that side. Make sure they are tucked in well. And we got this little cap. Go. So that is the motor fitted in, nice and neat. This is the cover that goes on it. There's a muffler that goes along here. But I'm I'm going to use some of this scissors. So that fits over there, like so. And the next thing I'm going to do is take some of my sponge . This might do nothing at all, but just something to try and muffle the thing in a bit more. Right, now that is all connected. I wonder if I should switch it on just to test it. Here goes. Well, it sounds fine. There's no odd smells. Right, let me unplug it. Just make sure. Yep, switched off. So let's put this on. Gotta make sure that these fit over all of this perfectly. Now I've added that little bit of extra sponge to it, so it does stick up a little bit, but that's because I've added the sponge. So these were the top motor casing screws. These are the bottom motor casing screws. I'm gonna have to do these by hand. There we go. Now I can clip this thing back on. There we go. That is clipped on. Here we have the space for the air freshener, but it's not going to completely fit in. So I'll just put it there. This is the cover for it. And I'm just going to fashion Okay, let's try it on again now. And there we go. Oh my doo-doo, I'll tell you what. Right, next we have got to put this. So let me just get all the bits together and then we can put this bit on. There we go, the whole of the underneath is now put back together. There's a little bit of string on the brush roll I haven't taken off, which I will do now. I did grease the bearings, they're all fine. So right, let's switch it on. So far so good, that sounds very well. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put some more grease on these. Unplug it. Let's take the brush roll out. got that the wrong way around now. Wipe some excess oil I got on there. Okay. Yeah, sounds a bit better. Right, get these in. There we go. Excellent. Now, before I put any of the tools on and do a final check of it, we need to give this a bit of a polish because it looks a bit of a mess. So before I put the hose and tools and everything else onto it, I'm going to clear here. Oh, there's something else I need to tell you as well. I did notice that when I was putting this part on the inside of it, I could see that this was a bit of an Achilles heel for dust to get into. So what I've done is put some sealer around on the inside, so to prevent dust from getting out. Or sorry, I should say from getting in the machine. So that might help it a bit as well. I think we're almost there. Right, let me clear all my tools up, and again I'll put you on fast forward and we'll give this a bit of a polish because it looks a bit dull as dishwater. Okay, so I've got everything ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on, so I may as well put the bag in. And I'm going to put the front cover on, so that'll be polished at the same time. Excellent. Now I'm going to put you on fast forward for this while I do the polishing. So just to start off, put some dibby dabbies of polish on there. Okay, let's go fast forward. So I've machine polished everything, every bit of it. It's now it's covered in the residue of the V36, so I need to get rid of that. So I'm going to use what I normally use and some more cloths. I still don't know who got me these cloths, but thank you. They are exactly what I use. I've screwed the handle on, and I didn't damage any of the lettering, thankfully. Just make sure that you get rid of all the polishing residue off the plastic. You also find you get lots of dust as well. Bits of the sponge sometimes come off, or frequently come off. Plus, if there's any parts that you weren't able to polish because of lettering, etc., then it's important to get it all off. I wasn't able to take all the marks off the front of it where that sticker was, but I've done a pretty good job at it. And the only lettering that we did lose was the edge clean in here, but that's almost off anyway, and I haven't touched that. Again, don't want my guts poking out to the bottom. So this really looks really nice now. I can't wait to give it a go. I hope that whistling has stopped. I don't know what was causing it, but I have a feeling that it is now stopped. Okay, so that's all the residue of the polish taken off. Looks pretty good now. And what I'm going to do now is put a little coat of wax on it. So I'm going to put some Canuba wax on it and leave it dry for about 10 minutes. And then I'll use my really luscious towels that I use for the car, and we will get that off. So it's looking very good now. But we can make it look even better. When we give it a quick test, I was going to do a house cleaning thing on it, but I think I'll make that into another video, so we'll just do a quick test on it, and I'll do another house cleaning demo with it. Okay, that'll do for now, little pig. I'm going to get my wax, I'm going to wax it up, and I'll come back to you when it's all dry, ready to buff off. The polish has had a good 10 minutes now for it to dry on, and what I decided to use was my Chemical Guys Glassworks Ultimate Glaze Glass Enhancer Dynamic Shine Optical Clarity Enhancers, formulated for all colours. Now, somebody I was talking to today, Shannon Lester in Virginia. Hello, Shannon. Now, you detailed your car today or yesterday, whenever I've done this video, and you use Chemical Guys as well. So I just wanted to show everybody the Chemical Guys products that I use. This one is the V36. This is also by Chemical Guys as well. So I like the product. So let's take off. Let me just hoist up my britches because I don't want my guts hanging down. There we go. Do you want to see the bottom of my belly, do we? Now, got my lovely lush cloths that I use. I mean, this looks really good from the camera, but there are surface scratches on it. There are blemishes and marks over it. It's an old machine, it's been used, but it definitely looks a heck of a lot better than what it did yesterday. So what I did was, a lot of the parts I dishwashed them after I'd washed them, of course. People have said to me, oh, that's disgusting, but I've washed the parts in the sink and then just put them in the dishwasher then too. I don't do any of the outside parts anymore. I learned my lesson with that. Even on a cool wash. So just making sure that it's all been removed from the back. Now the boil base. It does look really good. It's not a bad machine. It's not super powerful by any means, but it looks really nice when it's all polished up. It would have looked really nice when it came out of the box, when it was brand new back in the 90s. It does look a little bit better now. Now when I put the back together, I also put some glue, some sealant inside there to stop dust ingression. So it should help it. I put some muffler, as you saw, on the motor, so that will help a bit as well. Okay, I think that's the best we're going to get. Let's pop a hose on. Scabbard tools, the dusting brush, and the upholstery brush. It's got all its tools on. It's quite lucky actually. You know, this seller, I've bought from him before. He lives down Peterborough way, and this is the second Turbopower I bought off him. I can't remember what the other one was. I can't remember now. It was a while ago. So there we go. Polished, restored, cleaned up. Let's test it on my mat. Well, that definitely sounds a lot better. Let me just test it down here. Okay, so that works really well. I did hear a little bit of whistling when it was on the bench, but it doesn't whistle as constant as what it did. I don't know. So what we'll do is I'll get it on the floor, we'll put some muck down, and we'll just see how it goes. I've put down some of my normal bits and bobs, my bit of mad about mess. So we'll see how it works with the Autosense. and I'll just vacuum this area and you can listen to the pitch changes. So there we go, that is the Hoover Turbopower 2 Autosense, all cleaned up, refurbed, stripped down, washed and put all back together, and hopefully a little bit improved compared to what it was beforehand. But one thing is for sure, it is definitely clean inside and out. I will do another video of this doing a full house demo clean with it, and I'll put down some bits so we can hear the pitch change. It's not the best of vacuum cleaners for suction, I have to say. The power on it on lower power is not fantastic. I personally would have used it on high power, but it did a bit of a good job of grooming and it picked up everything. So I really do like it. I think it looks really smart. So I hope you've enjoyed, and any of this video has helped you in any way in order to fix, repair, maintain or improve yours. So this is the whole point of my channel, is to fiddle with these and have a go, just to show that, you know, it is possible to do it and put it back together and get them fixed, as long as you're careful and you know what you're doing. So anyway, that's enough of that. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday Monday. So there'll be another one coming up of these, but there's not going to be much need doing to Elvira. And here she is. So in the next May bank holiday, which is at the end of the month, we will give Elvira a clean up and a quick polish and a house demo as one video. Possibly two, I don't know, just to try and break up your bank holiday if you're staying home and you need some entertaining and you like my channel, so, you know, this will help you. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next episode. So you'll have another one coming up tomorrow for Tuesday, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye, y'all.